All right, let's dive right into this. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're going to unpack a super fascinating look into how the everyday food sitting right on our plates can actually act as natural medicine. Specifically, we're looking at how a very specific group of really easy to find Thai vegetables can just radically transform the health of our veins and arteries. We're talking about real vascular vitality and longevity here, taking concepts straight out of the medical clinic and bringing them directly into your kitchen. So here's our customized treatment plan for today. First, we'll look at the silent vascular threat. Then we'll identify 6 local super vegetables. After that, we'll cover how to actually eat them right. And finally, food as your daily medicine. Let's get right into it. Section 1. The silent vascular threat. The hidden danger inside your veins. To really wrap our heads around what's happening inside our bodies, I want you to just imagine a massive, complex network of plumbing. Your blood vessels are essentially the pipes carrying life to every single organ. But, just like the pipes in an old house, if they get stiff or clogged up with debris, the pressure builds. And that right there is the exact starting point for hypertension, heart attacks, and strokes. Which brings us to a kind of personal question. Are your blood vessels aging faster than you are? Seriously, think about what you ate for dinner last night. Look down at your plate. Because vascular decay, it doesn't announce itself with some loud alarm. It happens silently, meal by meal, day by day. What's really wild here is how this totally shatters a huge misconception. The myth is that our blood vessels just decline because we're getting older. Like it's just a normal part of aging, right? Well, wrong. Actually, the clinical fact is that our vessels degrade primarily from our daily habits. It's the cumulative effect of sugar, way too much fat, and chronic inflammation that causes all this damage. It is an everyday buildup, not just your biological clock ticking away. And man, the stakes here are absolutely incredibly high. We really need to watch out for critical warning signs, specifically frequent, unexplained headaches. And even more alarmingly, we have to look out for signs of fat blockages literally spreading upward and restricting the blood flow right to the brain. We're not just talking about feeling a little sluggish here. This is literally about preserving your cognitive function and, honestly, your life. But hey, thankfully, there's a totally accessible solution. Dr. Jade Bunyawangwiroj, the deputy director over at Maharat Nakan Rajasima Hospital, brings us this incredible insight. He says, natural foods can help restore blood vessels if we eat the right groups consistently. Now catch that word, restore. We're not just slowing down the damage here. With the right natural pharmacy, we can actually help our vessels regain their elasticity. How cool is that? Which leads us perfectly into section 2, 6 local super vegetables. Nature's pipeline cleaners. All right, first up, yanang leaves. Their superpower? They are just packed with antioxidants that knock down inflammation right in the vessel walls. They drop blood pressure and actually reduce blood viscosity, meaning they basically thin out thick blood so it flows nice and smooth. Next, we've got ivy gourd. This is an absolute fiber powerhouse that acts like a regulator. It controls fat and sugar levels, which silences that quiet damage happening to your vessels and keeps them nice and flexible. And finally, okra. Think of okra like a broom. It is loaded with soluble fiber that literally sweeps away the fat that's trying to stick to your vessel walls. It clears the pipes and eases high blood pressure. Continuing down our list, cha boasts these amazing antioxidants and minerals that physically relax your vessel walls, reducing all that tension and slowing down long-term hardening. Now, if you're someone who constantly suffers from cold hands and feet, lemon basil is going to be your best friend. It stimulates blood flow and stops your vessels from constricting too tightly, which totally restores balance to your circulation. And bringing it all home is bitter gourd. This one actively drops your blood sugar and blood lipids, fighting the exact inflammation that makes blood vessels rigid in the first place. It literally restores flexibility from the inside out. Okay, moving on to section 3, how to eat them right. The rules of natural medicine. Knowing what to eat is really only half the battle. Just think about the stark contrast here. If you actually want these vascular benefits, you've got to stick to the do's. Boiling, steaming, blanching, or making clear water-based soups like a traditional gang juet or gang liang. The don'ts are just as absolutely crucial. You will completely neutralize all the healing properties of these plants if you drown them in heavy oily stir-fries or pair them with super salty chili pastes. If you do that, you're just adding back the exact fat and sodium that damaged your vessels to begin with. So let's break this perfect protocol down into 4 easy steps. Step 1, don't just eat the exact same vegetable every single day. Mix it up. Choose a variety of colors and types so you get a nice broad spectrum of nutrients. Step 2, like we just talked about, keep it to light water-based cooking methods. Now step 3 is this fantastic little biological hack. add just a tiny bit of good fat to your meal. Why? Well, because a lot of the powerful antioxidants in these veggies are actually fat soluble. Your body literally needs that tiny bit of healthy fat just to absorb the medicine. Pretty neat, right? And step 4, eat them consistently at every meal. Actually, hold on a second. I do need to pause right here and give you a pretty firm warning. While fiber is totally our pipeline cleaner, eating it the wrong way, like let's say in massive, sudden amounts without drinking enough water, that can actually backfire and cause severe intestinal blockages. Natural medicine is incredibly powerful, no doubt about it, but it still requires the proper method and a little bit of balance, so you don't end up ruining your digestion while you're just trying to fix your veins. Which brings us right to our final section, part 4, food as your daily medicine. Consistency is the cure. So, the absolutely crucial point here is summed up perfectly. Blood vessels don't recover from eating well just some days, but from consistency. Let's be real, you can't undo decades of vascular wear and tear by having one single bowl of clear okra soup on a Sunday. Caring for your cardiovascular system doesn't always have to start with a doctor's prescription pad. It can totally start right on your plate, but it takes dedication. It's all about the cumulative effect of making the right choice meal after meal after meal. So, I want to leave you with this one final thought today. What is on your plate for your very next meal? Really, when you sit down to eat, are you eating purely for taste, or are you actually eating for your blood vessels? Just remember, you hold the power to clean out those pipes, drop that pressure, and build a truly vibrant, long life just by picking the right plants and prepping them the right way. Keep that in mind the next time you're wandering through the local market. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time as we continue to unpack the fascinating world around us.